Hey guys, KingRazzel here, and today we're going to be talking about a game that I have been very excited for quite some time now for, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, if you're unaware, this game is going to be releasing on the 25th of October, and this episode is basically just to kind of get you up to date on most of the things that are new to it. I'm sure there's going to be some things that I missed, so if I do miss some stuff, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into this. We don't know a great amount about how the actual story is going to play out, but we do know some information. First of all, we know that a lot of movie characters are going to be seeping into the different Dragon Ball Z arcs. The first screenshot that we have here shows Cooler coming into the Frieza arc, presumably to back Frieza up. And the next one we have shows Turles giving the fruit from the Tree of Might to both Jace and Burter, obviously increasing their power. And then we have another one here where Turles gives Lord Slug a piece of the Tree of Might, and that obviously increases his power. So it seems like a lot of these villains are actually going to be in the Namek saga. So far, the majority of the new characters we've seen seem to be coming from the Frieza arc, so I'm not sure if there's going to be special emphasis here, but so far that's just what I've noticed. As far as the Cell saga, we do have the addition of Imperfect Cell to the game, as well as Android 16, which indicates that we're just going to be getting more fleshed out stories in these arcs. We also have a bit more information based on some of the interviews that have been conducted around the game. First, we know that Xenoverse is going to take place a few years after the events of Xenoverse 1, and we also know that our character is going to be coming in from Xenoverse 1, and he's going to play some kind of part in the story. Second, we know that Toa and Mira will both will both be returning for this game, and they will again be the ones manipulating time. Finally, we know that Timebreaker Bardock will be in this game as well. If you don't know who Timebreaker Bardock is, well, he's Bardock, but he's part of the Toa and Mira team, and he wears a mask, and you can see it in several different trailers and screenshots as well. He comes from the game Dragon Ball Heroes, which I believe is a Japan exclusive, which Xenoverse borrowed a lot of ideas from, and it looks like Xenoverse 2 is going to be borrowing even more ideas. As for his role in the game, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Heroes, outside of the fact that he's on the side of Toa and Mira. I know nothing about Timebreaker Bardock, but the symbol that he has on his mask is the symbol of the Timebreakers, and we do see it on various characters, other characters as well, such as Janemba, Broly, and Frieza. For my speculation on the story, I think they're going to be following Xenoverse 1's story pretty well, just changing up the sagas, and this time without Demigra, obviously, because I'm pretty sure we killed him in the first game. I don't really know who the big bad end guy is going to be. It's possible that it could be Toa, since, to my recollection, we never actually fought her in Xenoverse 1. I know in Heroes, one of Toa's end goals was to destroy Majin Buu for killing her brother Deborah, but I don't know if that's going to be the same end goal here, considering I don't recall much resentment between her in Xenoverse 1 towards Buu, so I don't really see that being a big issue, but that could be what they're trying to go with this for. I don't really know what they're aiming at. Something else that's worth mentioning is that it's been confirmed that players can actually change the history of Dragon Ball, whereas in Xenoverse 1 we were just correcting it. This doesn't really give me any insight as to what's going to happen in the story, but it does sound like it would make the game a lot less linear and offer some player choice, which is always nice. Gameplay-wise, this game seems to function very similarly to Xenoverse 1 with some improvements. The first and debatably most exciting one being transformations for all races. So there is a trailer that specifically dedicates to the transformations of all the different races and just showing you how they transform. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the Saiyans. They were the only race that actually transformed in Xenoverse 1, and this time around, in addition to their regular Super Saiyan form, they're also going to be getting Super Saiyan 3. Now for the more interesting of the transformations, we first have the Frieza Clan transformation, which seems to be based around the character transforming into a version of Golden Frieza. Also, before I go any further, it is important to note that all the buffs for these transformations haven't been announced to my knowledge, so I can't really talk about them, but I will just be giving general speculation. So anyways, the golden form of the Frieza Clan, and we assume that it's going to just buff everything, I guess, for a limited amount of time, and it just drain your stamina really quickly, because if you saw either Revival of F or that Saga in Dragon Ball Super, then you know that Frieza's only real flaw in that form was it had such a big drain on him. So I guess that would be the buff. I can't be positive on that, but that's just my guess. Next, we have the Namekian, and to the excitement of many, we will be getting a giant Namekian form for our custom Namekians. The most logical buff here will be a huge increase to both your attack and your defense, but you'd be very slow. Next up is the Majin character, and it will be transforming into Kid Buu. Even the females transform into Kid Buu. It's kind of weird. But with this, I'm assuming it's going to be a huge buff to your speed, which would be the most logical, I guess, and perhaps a buff to your ki as well. Finally, we have humans, and they have what I think is the most questionable of the transformations, at least in terms of how it's going to work. From what I've seen, I'm guessing it's going to be a buff to your melee distance, but a reduction of your speed due to you riding on the Nimbus. If that's the case, though, that seems like it'd be the weakest of the transformations, so we're going to need for more data on that one, because I don't really see how that would be that big of a help to you. Next, let's go ahead and talk about the roster of the game, and as of this recording, there are a total of 50 characters announced for the game, including Goku, GT Goku, Piccolo, Kid Gohan, Teen Gohan, Future Gohan, Pan, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Vegeta, Majin Vegeta, Gogeta, Future Trunks, Teen Future Trunks, Kid Trunks, Goten, Masked Saiyan, which is the Timebreaker Bardock, Raditz, Nappa, the Cybermen, Nail, Zarbon, Dodoria, Goldo, Raccoon, Birder, Jace, Captain Ginyu, Frieza, Lord Slug, Turles, Cooler, Metacooler, Android 16, Android 17, Android 18, Cell, Cell Jr., Broly, Majin Buu, Super Buu, Kid Buu, Janemba, Jocko, Mira, Toa, Super 17, Omega Shenron, and Goku Black, which is a pre-order bonus. These don't include the transformations for characters, and there's also characters that we've seen in the trailers, but haven't been confirmed as playable. Next, let's go and talk about the hub world. In Xenoverse 1, it was Toki Toki City. However, this time around, the hub world is going to be known as Kanton City, which is said to be 7 times bigger than Toki Toki City. We know that Kanton is also going to have several features that Toki Toki did not have, including the ability to fly in specified locations, minigames, hoverboards, and even a training school. It also appears that you can visit other areas of the worlds as hubs at different times. We see it here whenever the character goes to Frieza's ship and interacts with Zarbon, as well as here, wherein he goes to Planet Namek and interacts with a random Namekian. Something else that you'll probably be glad to hear is that the RNG that made Xenoverse 1 a farm fest for some abilities is now gone. Confirmed by Dimps, they didn't announce what it's going to be replaced with, but pretty much anything would be better than what it was in my opinion. Also announced is that there is going to be a multiplayer where up to 5 patrollers can unite to take down a big boss, or you and up to 5 players, sorry. The example given was Ozaru, but I'm pretty sure someone like Lord Slug could easily be included in there as well, considering they have giant Namekians in the game. Why not have a boss fight like that? These fights are pretty interesting, and they give the enemy the ability to break the space-time continuum and transform or transport you into different battle scenarios, which I think is a pretty cool concept. Outside of those things, it again looks like the combat will function nearly identically to Xenoverse 1, with perhaps a bit more fluidity now being at a standard 60 frames per second. For extras, we can go ahead and talk about the pre-order bonuses. This game has several different versions, including the standard edition, which comes with the pre-order bonuses of Black Goku and Tao Pai Pai's stick vehicle, and the deluxe edition, which comes with the pre-order bonuses as well, and then it comes with the season pass and early access to a playable Future Trunks, and this is the Future Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. And the collector's edition, which comes with all the stuff that's on screen right now. It's a lot of stuff, so I'm not going to go through all of it. But weirdly, it doesn't come with Future Trunks. I'm assuming that Future Trunks is a season pass thing, and the collector's edition does not come with the season pass. Also, the beta for the game has been announced, and if you pre-order the game, then you're going to be able to play the beta on October the 8th through the October the 10th, and if you did not pre-order the game, then they're going to have an open beta, which comes out on October the 14th, and it ends on October 17th. As for my opinions on the game, I'm kind of torn. On one hand, I can see where they've improved on many of the complaints that people raised in Xenoverse 1 with the transformations, further customization, the RNG, and a more engaging hub world. However, on the other hand, going through the same sagas that we just went through in the first game sounds a bit redundant, and that's kind of the main concern that I have with this game. However, that's kind of a tough hurdle to climb considering they can't really break the continuity of an already well-established series. Regardless, I'm very excited for this game. I loved Xenoverse 1, and after I beat it, I was immediately looking forward to its successor. I just hope they've changed enough in the story to make it engaging for me to actually play through, and that they've added enough customization to where I feel like my character is more unique in appearance and playstyle. And I'm sure they're going to have more things to get us excited that just haven't been announced yet, and I'm pretty much just looking forward to this game. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all that I have to say about this game. I'm very much looking forward to it. I just replayed Xenoverse 1 again so that I could have the character that I want to see in the campaign as my crossover time patroller, since my initial one got deleted somehow. And there's gonna be like a there's gonna be like a holographic statue in the middle of fuck, Conton City. There's going to be like a holographic statue of your time patroller in the middle of that. So that's going to be pretty cool. And I wanted to make sure I had whatever I wanted up there, which is Frieza's clan. But anyways, yeah, I will be picking this game up day one, and I'll be doing a review on it, so if you're interested in that, then be sure to stay tuned. I'll also be playing the open beta, and I'll post some of that whenever that comes around, October the 14th, I think I said. And yeah, the next coming soon episode that I plan on doing will be for Dishonored 2, and that episode will come out on October the 11th. The game comes out on November the 11th. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy this, and I hope to see you all in the next video.